into pit lane at the end of that siding lap.
In the early stages, with the rain still coming down as they make their way in towards turn number 1 as well. You've got to make it safely to the finish. That's the first target, but already they're practicing.
Spinelli's out there, intermediates, front and rear, so keep an eye out in the number 24 machine. Locatelli able to make a move into turn 5.
Earlier on, and he's already up to third position. Look at the drive he had coming off Destrubbe and turn 5, and he's look at the grip he's got compared to the others. Race off the circuit altogether. Yonone down to second, and Nicholas
fast enough in the dry parts of the racetrack. So for Spinelli, this is a real opportunity. Well, it's more about how much will it continue to rain, and for how long will it continue to rain. There is still spots of rain. There's a lot of rain out there. Spinelli's in the box seats by an absolute mile.
And that's it. How many seconds behind as they make their way in? Well, as Spinelli at least makes his way in to the chicane.
And he's going to have a 4.5 second lead right now, and he's into the wet part of the racetrack. This is where
he's the order of the day at this stage for the rest of the field. Spinelli is the only rider with the grip underneath.
On the timing screen, Sam knows
mandatory pit intervention time, which will slow him down. He'll lose a lot of ground, but then he should be a lot faster than
within 3-4 seconds of a dry time as well. So certainly, if you're able to change, the team has taken the right decision, and he's in the position to be able to win this.
We caught up with him in the background of the shot, Andrea Locatelli, so making some progress. Be interesting to see that will work against him as well.
It looked like a full wet rear tyre there for Lowe's, and issues in the pits. They obviously has lost well over probably 20 seconds now at this stage compared to where it needs to be.
Well, everyone's going to have Axel Bassani and Andrea Yonone with Toprak Razgatlioglu. We're watching this of this session, and then head down the back straight. Axel Bassani at the moment holding second position. Still Razgatlioglu. He's got Yonone and Razgatlioglu right in his sights, and it could even be as early as the runs a little bit wide, and it's not pretty, but Andrea Locatelli's made another place up into P3. Has
come into his own a little bit there with that intermediate front tyre in this area of the track.
As Yonone to drop backwards. Zach Bautista and Alex Lowe's both through on him now, so Razgatlioglu down into 7th.
Now that we're into the sunlight and the drying section of the track, this is where on the slick is leader, and it's only going to grow for the next few laps.
Yes, that's what I was going to say as well. Even on that last lap, he's will come a point where there's a peak, and then it will start to go the other way. But how far in front will Spinelli be by that? That's now less than 0.4 of a second. And again, Locatelli will eye up a move down the back straight. He'll have Alvaro Bautista with Andrea Yonone also losing a position, and Toprak Razgatlioglu trying to come.
Part of the racetrack is just because everyone's able to go at each other, but it's from the next couple of corners, and that's where for a lot of riders, if you've got confidence right now, you really need to
47.7. So there is a clear tyre advantage at the moment. The problem is Ronaldo didn't have the right tyre either. So this is your fight. Second position down, Locatelli. He's had in the early stages, so although he's got track position in second, he is going to lose that, you fancy, quite quickly.
Experience superbike.
Whoa! Big moment, and down goes Andrea Yonone. Yonone from
how shiny the racetrack is, and out there on the slick tyre so many times. Tap into a position to be aggressive and to attack.
Not unusual for Axel Bassani to be aggressive. Well, in the hands of Alex Lowe's too, starting to make progress. Look at Lowe's now, right on the tail of teammate Bassani. Circuit, because last time around, Axel Bassani was faster than him, only by a tiny margin.
And than everyone else. The one thing that he doesn't have is experience. This is his World Superbike debut. He's a super sport rider. Faster and faster, and they'll know that they could get down into the 1-minute 30s. And
this will be an interesting test then for your provisional race leader, as Alex Lowe's will come back to your early leader, Nicholas Spinelli. He's been a leader before, of course, in Moto. For Barney, who are enjoying this moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, and for Spinelli, you can see there a new fast lap. P3, he's a half a second a lap faster than Spinelli, so not fast enough, but faster. But after the race, 2 laps in a row, Mike, he's been the fastest rider in that group. Pull back half a second on the riders in front of him.
Jonathan Ray, and you know that Ray's not going to make it easy, because this is an opportunity for him as well. Bassani 9th, so we see Alvaro Bautista with Alex Lowe's directly behind where on the circuit.
Yeah, this is a really important race for Lowe's as well. They're in the number 22 machine. Winner of keep yourself up at the sharp end of the championship standings.
Lap 7, Axel Bassani pushing in the 1/10 of a second at the start of this lap, is now down to just a 1/10 of a second. It should very well be, but Razgatlioglu's coming for him. First obstacle is to clear Axel Bassani. He's done so. In force, Razgatlioglu second in this race, and Bautista third, with the top 2 scorers at the Catalunya fastest lap of the race. That's immediately beaten by Alex Lowe. Razgatlioglu wide at turn front racing lines. This time they don't touch. Bautista holds on for second position, but Razgatlioglu now
always been adaptable. It's always been one of his strengths. He knows this circuit very well, and he knows what to expect from the changes to that Ducati for this season as well. And then for Bassani and a few other riders, they're all
Lowe's. They are, of course, tied on points in the championship, with Razgatlioglu directly behind them. Worth mentioning, championship leader Nicolo Bulliga is down in 12th place, so this could be very handy.
So it's not like he's close to being able to give you that scrap.
Bautista set his attack through. That's on Axel Bassani and through for 5th position. Now it's up to Toprak Razgatli, the ideal place to try and make a pass.
But look at all those red laps there from the riders in the time tower on the left-hand side. The students that all know that they can close up on the race leader right now as well. The gap's under 20 seconds are coming good. They're coming back into it.
And looks like Bautista's holding them up slightly, certainly at the start of lap number 10. Alex, fastest man out there last time around at 1 minute 39.5.
Van der Mark as well. They've dropped Redding. They've dropped move on him now without it costing them time. And that's the key thing. If you're able to overtake without losing time.
The difference for him, but he doesn't have the pace to hold on to those positions, and he's now dropped down to P8 with throughout. But Jonathan Ray perhaps making a faster progress through the traffic. Spinelli for the record of 1 minute 41. Slight gap to Remy Gardner, a few tenths of a second, and then a bit of a bigger gap to Jonathan Ray, who is under attack now from
underneath them. More confidence underneath them, and he's going to come through in Jonathan Ray pretty soon.
That thin, dry ribbon at 5 minutes, every 5 minutes it seems. Razgatlioglu here making the lunge on Alex.
So for Toprak, that was critical to be able to make that move. If you want to win this race, you have to come through on the likes of as well, and it really is bringing everyone back together.
Yes, it certainly is. Just 2.5. Got Remy Gardner directly in front of him. Opportunity to finish as top Yamaha at very least here for
caught with a few laps to go. So all of these riders are going to know right now this is a chance for 20
seconds of him, and going that much faster at the moment. Background of the shot there, Lockett versus Bautista.
Yeah, it's just coming down each sector by a few tenths of a second, and now that the right choice on the grid for him, and certainly I was surprised that he was the only rider doing the time Bautista comes through.
And how long before he starts to push and starts to panic, because
11 seconds.
Pace would have been to score points, and it does look like he's going to do that, not least because he's just lapping riders who he might have.
And now if he's able to come away with decent points paying finishes in the top 10, I think that'll be a remember the Barney team. They're going to come up short, but they did what they had to do.
Yes, that was their bestie now, and looking forward to a race victory. There's the gap. Spinelli has made his way through. They're only going
to have his first podium of the season, his first podium for Yamaha. Alex Lowe's trying to hold on to that right now.
Lowe's has lost a second in a lap, and Remy Gardner is now right on his case. So that
tenths of a second faster than Toprak, and that margin now stretching out to about 4 tenths between
prowess in damp conditions, certainly when he first started in World SBK, but this has been
all the way down to 17th, 18th position in the Super Pole race and was able to recover through. Has to do with the slick tyres in this stage race, but Toprak's coming back to him in this race, and that's the important thing.
It's a race for the victory, and when these two close up on Nicolas Spinelli, that might actually be the opportunity that Toprak to pounce.
Well, Spinelli's seen his pit board with the gap coming down by massive margins over the lap.
Indeed from Toprak Razgatlioglu. That's for a net race lead. He's only 3 seconds now behind Nicolas.
What he's up against, but for Toprak, that's one of those situations where he knows he's faster than Alvaro and he wants to come to
Spinelli, and it's been coming down almost a sector, frankly, let alone what he's been able to do over the four from the Catalunya round. He's tumbling back from the leaders in the championship. If things stay as they are, again, they're nose to tail.
You can see behind that as well, Remy now through on Alex Lowe's and that 4-rider group. Red flag is out. We're past 2/3 race distance. Spinelli's won the race.
Leads. Nicolas Spinelli's begin for Marco Barnabo and the team. They've been victorious in Supersport, their first world
times where they've fought at the front, whether you're going back to Javi Forez, Danilo Petrucci now obviously on the bike, past 2/3 race distance. So that's the red flag is out, and that's going to be full points awarded to Barney.
In the head of Bautista was gaining 5 points on him. You gained 4 points on him for second and third. So the team making the right choice on tyres at the start of the race, and Spinelli executing the
a very special moment for Spinelli, but I think for everyone out there, they know that tyres, and they're the ones that are able to pick up the race victory.
And take nothing away from the rider either. He still had to complete the laps in this situation, but he's delivered what he needed to do there.
He set his fastest lap of the race last time.